The asset review, it's back, and this time it's lakes and ponds.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Bombombi's asset review for Cities Skylines. I'm Bombombi and of course you're very welcome. And today we're looking at parks with pools, and today's first park with pool is by Nisku, and this is Swan Lake. And it's a nice little asset. It's very unique in design. I've not seen any other lakes that have this very custom shaped. It's a very nice asset. The parking area, as you can see, is gravel, and you can see where the water doesn't quite reach the corner of the pool there, which I've got to say does actually fit. It's not a bad look. I've got to be honest, I'm not massively keen on the what we're looking at, the water texture. It's not his fault, Nisku's fault. It's just one of the limitations that you're working in within the game. But yeah, I like a little bridge across here to the bandstand in the middle of the lake, and everything about this I'm quite keen on. Come up from above. Now the entire park is 4 squares by 4, so it's very usable. I think I would probably be inclined to use this alongside other park assets to extend the area. I think it might look a little bit lost, especially if you have large buildings jutting up alongside it. So, but I think it's definitely could be used as a suburban outer limits park, that sort of thing. I'm a big fan of this little one, although because of the water texture doesn't really work for me, and this line here unfortunately is a little bit too sharp. So you can see we've got the weeds rippling in the pool, but yet there's no rippling at the water's edge. I know there's nothing you can do about that. He couldn't have done any more, but just on that alone, I'm going to give this 3 stars. 3 stars for Swan Lake by Nisku. Second up, we have Fountain Square by Shroom Blaze. Shroom Blaze keeps reoccurring and is a very prolific producer of custom assets like this. And this one is very simple. It is just a square pool with a fountain in the middle. Now once again, because the assets are not animated in any way, this is just an attempt. It's a static water display. If you keep moving, it does look like the water is moving, but if you come into ground level, as you can see, it just looks like a pile of dead white leaves. Once again, not really much Shroom could have done about that, but I think if you put 4 of these together with maybe a little statue in the middle, would make a nice little feature for the centre of any major city. So it's 2 by 2, so it's quite small, could be placed quite easily, and obviously very square. I'm running out of things to say about this because there isn't much to say. I reckon we can give this one 3 stars, but only if you were to use this with several others as part of a feature. As a standalone, it would be just a 2 star, but I don't believe it is meant to be used as a standalone. So certainly using this in conjunction with other paths, plants and further square fountains could produce you quite a nice looking effect. So 3 stars for the Fountain Square by Shroom Blaze. Today's third asset is Cascadia Park by Mr. Miyagi. Now this I like a lot. It's only 2 by 2. Hello Mr. Policeman. It's only 2 by 2, but it uses the props brilliantly. He's done an absolute cracking job here, Mr. Miyagi. It's almost like a little bonsai tree of a park. Very hard to find any fault with this at all. It's just small and petite, and it's 2 squares by 2 squares, and I can see a lot of use for this. Mr. Miyagi, you are a genius. It's not quite a 5-pointer, 5-starer, because It doesn't quite have wow factor, but this could be used a lot and there is no fault to be found with it. So I'm giving this 4 stars. 4 stars for the Cascadia Park by Mr. Miyagi. And people are paddling. Oh, oh, ah! And we're finishing with the Little Lake Park by Nisku. Now we have had Nisku already in today's show, and it wasn't an intention to use the same developer twice, but unfortunately the 2 other parks that I wanted to include, neither one of those have loaded up, and I have restarted the game 3 times now and they're still not appearing. I've made sure everything's in place and working and tight, and unfortunately nothing. But as you can see, this is a popular little park. I've only just plopped it down here and people have already driven down to see it and have a little walk around it. And once again, we've still got the same lake texture problems that Nisku had in the first asset, and I can't like this too much, but I do like the way that the trees are giving shade around the park. That's a good look. And the bench is positioned in a way that is not too symmetrical. In a city that's very symmetrical, this is a nice non-symmetrical type park, and I prefer this to the first park by Nisku, the Swan Lake. It just feels a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more organic, a little bit more almost real. The only part I'm not so keen on, if I come down here, is this little part here with the plants and this little fountain type thing. I don't know. It's a water feature. It's not a fountain, is it? It's a water feature. And that doesn't quite work. I don't know why, but it doesn't. What's going on down here with this car here? Oh, there's little planters going along here. See, now that's not bad. And I mean, I know we're not supposed to be viewed at this close level. So yeah, this I'm okay with. That doesn't quite work, but I can see. Excuse me. It doesn't quite work. I can see why he's done it. But yes, it's a lovely little park. I'm going to give this a nice hearty, as it's a 4x4 square. I'm going to give that 4 stars. Our second 4-star park of the day. Well, that's it from me for today and today's asset review. I'm sorry it's a very quick one. Things are very busy in my life at the moment, and it's all I can do to get these out. And even the editing for a short video like this can take up to about an hour. And I'm just hoping that a few of you have appreciated this and can find an asset or 2 that you might use in one of your builds. I've been Bon B. This might be my asset review. Join me again on Friday for Barnes County, where I'll be putting in some high density residential.